got my new Hobonichi for my journaling, specifically for my business. But first, I got a quarterly subscription order from the Coffee Monster Co. And this one was packed by Assistant Tater. I've mentioned before in my videos, but when I receive these subscriptions, I don't, I follow the Facebook page where she gives kind of the sneak peeks of everything that's going to be in it and the details, and I don't read it because I want to be surprised. So I get these once a quarter. How cute is that? Oh my god, it's a sticker book.
Sad face.
Okay, stick your face under here then.
Yay.
Okay, that's...
Yay.
Okay, sorry for that minor interruption. Okay, it's a sticker book, so you can save like your stickers. It's this glossy paper, and it has different file sections. Oh my gosh, this is like the best item I've received in this subscription box, and it has like the little folder to store sheets of them. This is perfect. Okay, very excited for that. So that's the first item. This is looking to be a fantastic box. And then the washi tapes, a book one, woods, trees, journaling. Oh, it's like, oh, it's reading. So it's like fantasy characters, dragons. So cute. Little emoji faces with two different backgrounds. Oof, they're just rolling away. All right. This also contains the details of the kit itself. But she's got her little doodle card. Oof, it's tight. Cute. Oh, well, 2026 building. A washi card. Crown emoji heads. Little this belongs to for books or journals. Okay, the theme of Q4 is fables and fairy tales. Okay, that makes sense why this is like my favorite. Those are two of my favorite things. Fun fact, in college I took a class called Fables and Tales, and it was obviously one of my favorite classes, and I did very well in it. This is definitely my favorite of the subscription boxes that I've received. Okay, well, I can have some fun with those in setting up my journals. So, speaking of my journals, I have two this go around for 2026. I have both of them are Hobonichi Weeks, which I typically use Hobonichi Cousin or Teco, and these are stickers I plan on putting in each of these journals. I've been using Hobonichi now for a few years, and I love their paper, I love their setup, but I found I was just not using the full Teco to the extent that it had all of these pages that were just being left blank and so on, and I wanted to be more efficient with my journal going forward, as well as have something I could potentially carry around. This is the one that I'm going to use for like my daily kind of planning use, all of that stuff. But in talking to my sister-in-law, she mentioned as part of like my plans for 2026 around What's Up Cupcake, my business, my social media channel, all of that stuff. She recommended having a schedule through an app or something like that to really keep track of my content, my ideas, all of those details. And I downloaded an app, but I love paper. I love writing things down, crossing them off. I find that this is what I go to by default. So I decided to go ahead and get another week specifically for my business. So with this setup, I can document what I am making, my markets, my content plans. Each week just has a page next to it, and then it goes on next week. So this should be the perfect amount of space to kind of go through my regular schedule of things that I'm doing, making, planning for my business. And then there's also a blank section in the back for additional notes. So that should be very handy. The Weeks has some overarching setup pages, like you can do the monthly dates and write down anything, like if there's markets or birthdays or whatever it is you want to document. And it starts with December. So that is perfect to begin kind of playing with my December market schedule, my content schedule, especially with Vlogmas. So I wanted to go ahead and get this set up, and it goes a little bit further. I think it goes to March. Yes, it goes to March, and it starts December 2025 as the first section. This case I actually got with the intent to use for this Weeks, my daily one, except the problem is this is a Weeks Mega, which just means it has additional pages in the back, like more so. It's, let's see if we can, yeah, it's pretty thick compared to this one. This will be my business one. And it didn't quite fit into this case like I wanted to. It could, but it was going to be tight, and I knew I just wouldn't use it because of that. And so this is going to be my business Weeks. In preparation for this, I pulled out some stickers from my vinyl sticker collection that I wanted to kind of use as my decorating the front of my journal, my planner. And then I also ordered from a recent Coffee Monster drop. This is separate from the subscription box, but she just released her 2026 journaling kind of templates and initial setup stickers. And in particular, she had some specific for the week. So again, Hobonichi has quite a few journals in their line as a whole, and different sizes of the spacing and things like that. So these are some of the things I got from that drop here. Let's get into it. This is the freebie that came with this drop. I got some 2026 stickers so I can put them at the front of my journals. I also use Archer and Olive journals for my notes from like work. I love a woodland theme, so I had to get these stickers too. This is just her stationery seal sticker. These are the monthly tabs that I will use to set up the side kind of index, so I can easily find months and details around that in my Hobonichi. This is just one of the weekly themes that she had from a previous collection. Oh, little acorn, because I live in Raleigh, which is a city of oaks. Okay, so here are some of the doodles that she had for her page. And I just did some of the doodles. It's not specific to the Hobonichi Weeks, but I use these throughout my journals. Also, wacky holidays. I thought that could be fun to track for my business planner. Large doodles, January. So these are going to be the monthly ones, and she only released 6 months to start off. So she will do a second drop a few months in for the second half of the year. There's February. March is all arts and crafts and doodling. April, lavender and lemons. May, tulips. Oh wait, maybe she did. Oh, she did do the full 12 months for 2026. She just didn't when it comes to the monthly spread, so I'll show that. June is like big city. I like the little pigeons. July, cottagecore, mushrooms. August is nautical. September is books. October is the woodland theme. November, I don't know what this one is specifically called. Let's see actually if she mentions it. She doesn't. I know they all have titles, but I mean, this is November, which is, again, my month. So I like that it's like sleeping and journaling. And December, I did it, accomplishments, things like that. These little coffee beans in the corner, if you fill up this card, if you fill up 3 or 4 of them, well, technically, if you fill up 1, you get a special bonus sticker sampler, but she releases 4 sticker samplers, I think, each quarter or every 6 months. I'm not sure the drop amount. And if you just put a note and you have all 3 or 4 of them, she will send you all 4, so you're guaranteed to get like the full set of them. So you just put those little coffee beans. Okay, so here is the overall Hobonichi Weeks artwork with her monthly themes. This is just a way to track some of the date covers because I think some of them are in kanji because it's a Japanese brand. And here is the yearly kit overview. January. All of these align to those themes that we just went through. And there's only 6 months in this little section. And that's it. So we're not going to set up the full journal today because I could be here for hours working on that. And I don't know that you want to be here for hours working on that. But we'll set up the initial journal for this. And I did find my regular Hobonichi for 2025. So this, as I was saying, like there's this back section and it's just, I mean, there's a lot of blank pages and obviously I'm also showing sections that haven't happened yet, but I just don't use it to the full extent that I would like to use it because there's so much space that I honestly get a little overwhelmed and have a hard time keeping up because I'm doing so many other things. So in comparison, there you go. And I do also have even more vinyl stickers. This is kind of where I keep all of the little individual vinyl stickers that I have. So I'll just go through this separately so you don't have to see the crazy amount of stickers that I have. But depending on what space there is, I may be adding some of those into this. Let's take this out of this case just for the purpose of setting this up today. But I'm going to go through some of my logic and rationale when I am putting this together of things that I would like to track, go over. Because there are some special sections within this. Let's see. Yeah, for example, well, they have this ways to help focus. They have little tips in there. They also have a 365 days checkoff sheet. So if you're trying to do like a habit or something and you wanted to track it, for example, I could do this of every day that I crocheted. And I could check each box each time I crocheted during a day or did something crafty or took a walk or whatever it is. You can call out special memories. Your 100 entries for anything. So this can be like the books that I've been reading. Like again, it can be something related to the business. It could be 100 videos that I post or whatever. This is a contact sheet. Nope, this is favorites, including like I can rate and rank like books and stuff like that. And different ways to measure size. That's fun. Okay, and then it gets into just the blank pages. So let's get this set up. Okay, I kind of placed where I want things to go. I'm leaving some space for future stickers. This, I realized I was going to have 2 things that said making magic, magic maker, whatever. So I'm going to put this actually on the cover because I love it and I want it to be somewhere in a place of honor. So this is where I'm going to place these things. Let's get them stuck. So these will find homes elsewhere, maybe somewhere else in here, because I do have more pages. All right, let's start from the very beginning, because it's a very good place to start. I'm just gonna do that because I know I have stuff this first weekend. Let's see what that is. All right, this is my favorite pen. It is a Pilot. Sadly, I got this in Japan and it was so inexpensive when I was there. However, they do sell them in the United States, and actually they sell it at Jet Pens, which is where I got my Hobonichi from for this instance for my business one. But it's like $9 or $10 for this one beautiful pen, which, I mean, if you like a pen, I'd recommend it, but it's a bit steep. I would rather just fly back to Japan and buy more. Obviously, I can't do that. But yeah, this is my favorite pen. It's super fine point, which is great for using in a small space like this. Okay, we have the Holiday Patchwork Market on the 7th. That is in downtown Durham. And I'm actually going to, nope, I'm not going to. Where is it? Oh, I am going to take this, and I like this because it feels very festive. We're just going to place that there. Okay, Patchwork Market, that is documented. And again, I'm going to try and keep this specifically to work activities. So I won't be having personal things on here unless it's going to interfere with my work activities or impact my work activities in some way. And by work, again, I'm talking about my business. So the 13th is my last market of the year, and that is at Raleigh Ironworks. And it's with Triangle Pop-Up. Okay, so those are captured. Beyond that, I will be documenting my Vlogmas journey, but that will probably go in the actual like weekly details. And you can see here there's like check boxes, so I can add more things if I wanted to. But let's go into January, and I'm actually going to move this down to the bottom, and I won't go through all of these setups with you. I will probably just do a time lapse, so you are again not subject to me going painstakingly through and updating all of these sections, but I'm just going to put like these little monthly cover pages artwork for the calendar, and then I'll probably also do that little side tab. Now let's get into this first week. So I will be writing out the different themes that I'm planning for Vlogmas. I have that kind of as a rough notes guide, so I'll do that separately. But in the meantime, again, we're going to go back to the details of that first week and document what I have going on. So I have the patchwork market on the 7th. Let's find a cute sticker for that. It is downtown Durham. I'm going to do this little shopping bag. So this page could be a great section where I can document the things that I plan on making for this market, maybe my checklist, any logistics details I need. For this spot, I'm going to go ahead and just write down what I paid for, what my expectations are in terms of space. So it is an 8x10 booth. It's indoors, so I don't need my tent. And it was $225 for my booth fee, which is steep, but this is a popular organizer. They put on some really great events, and I've heard fantastic things about this event, so I'm very excited to actually be participating in it. In addition to that, I do have an email that actually specifies what my booth space is, but I don't have that pulled up right now, and I'll just write that in separately. I do know I'm along the wall, and I'm actually next to Chester and Pearl, who is another YouTuber who makes cat goodies, and if you follow my channel, you've probably seen me mention her before. So I'm excited to be next to her for that market. That should be fun to be side by side. It's always nice when you have some vendor friends to hang out with and chat with, but hopefully we'll just be so busy we won't have time for that. Yeah, I'm putting that out into the universe. Okay, let's see for this card. Again, I haven't done a weeks in a while, so I can't remember some of her setup, and I might need to go back to December for this, or January. So this is the same sticker, but I can put this one on a different section. And yes, perfect. So this is set up to cover, yeah, so it's set up to cover the 3 on this side. See, that's why I love these sets. I think they're so fun. And again, I'm not going to do all of this part in front of you, but we can just at least get this in there. I actually don't have any markets yet scheduled for next year, which is a little crazy and terrifying to not even have like applications really out for anything. I mean, that's not true. I do have a couple of markets with Front Page Media for the Raleigh Book Fair again. But beyond that, most of the organizers I work with have not released their applications yet for next year. So what I will do, and something I like to do, is when I apply to a market, sorry, there's like fuzz all over this. When I apply to a market and I'm not sure if I got in or not, I'll take a little like Post-it and just put a cover on the date so I know that that date is possibly taken. I will go through and look up the dates that I have for other markets, like the Front Page Media ones that I'm already signed up for, but those will get like a permanent sticker because they're happening and I already know the details of them. But aside from that, I don't. I do have plans to continue with posting videos on Mondays as my regular weekly video. So this will be where I can indicate what the video is going to be about, and confirming that I actually posted it. I have some fun stickers from the Coffee Monster that are specific to like editing videos. I just have to find them because my office is in a bit of disarray because of my recent reorganization. But I do have a pouch that has all of my stickers that I regularly use, and that includes like my YouTube ones and posting ones for like Instagram and things like that. I would also, on that note, like to get on a regular schedule of posting videos. So for this, at least for the time being, until I find my stickers, we are going to use another fun colored pen, because why not? Let's do orange. And Monday the 1st, I will plan on being a market recap video. Because I will have my small business Saturday that will have just taken place. And so I'll want to do a market recap for that one. And I also want to make sure that I am indicating what my social media posts are aside from that. Vlogmas is going to be a little different because I plan on having a video for every single day. And that includes the fact that this one will be this video. So I will plan on having this video on the 2nd. But I do want to have some Instagram posts as well on here. I want to start getting better about shorts and reels. So I would like to have at least 2 posts a week on social media, either a short, a reel, both, whatever it might be. So I just need to figure out what those days will be. They will likely be Tuesday and Thursday, because Monday is my video posting day. Tuesday would be a great day to post on social. Wednesday, nice break in between. Thursday, day to post on social. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it could be a post getting ready for a market, sharing something about a market, like it's this weekend or whatever it might be. So these I'll kind of leave open depending on what's going on. Also, sometimes I post videos on Friday when I am extra ambitious. So let's go ahead and have that be the plan to start. I will go ahead and just write And I think having this schedule written out is really going to help in cases like this where I have a market that day. So I need to make sure I have something already pre-filmed, content ready to go. Again, generally I would like to have that for this month, since I need to really be on top of my schedule and try not to fall behind. But this way I can, have an idea of what I will be posting that day, and potentially either write out ideas for what I'll be filming for some of these, or checklists I need to keep track of things, of editing videos, things like that. So I can put all of those notes in each of these sections and then go on to the next week. So I am going to continue working on this, but I wanted to share just where my head is at as it relates to filling out my planner for next year. I plan on putting in financials around when I'm buying things. I want to track how much I spent for my business. I obviously have like a filing system for all of that, but I'd like to have just a way to take a peek at my notes of like, oh, I went to Michael's this week, I spent this much money. And I can always just, refer back to that, especially if I have something that is shipping, then I can document that I have a package that's on the way and I can mark it off when it's arrived. So these are the little things that bring me joy. Again, it sounds like apps are a great solution for this. If that is more of your speed, I just am not a big fan of apps. I love paper and journaling and being able to cross things out manually. So I will just start to work on filling this out, but I will let you go for now. I hope this was helpful to you and that you enjoyed this. Let me know how you are going to be kind of setting up your business for next year and tracking these details. Are you using an app? Do you have a system? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you'd like to follow along for my Vlogmas. Again, this is going to be all filled out, so I'm excited to share a bunch of fun updates on the daily through December, and then going into the new year as my business continues to evolve and grow. All right, see you next time. Bye.